Hi everybody, welcome back to Push to Talk. As you can see, I'm not alone on this channel. This is 2025 and I'm super excited to make this video. As I'm not alone, I just said it, I'm with a super guest. As you can see, him is here, and I'm not going to introduce him, I'm going to let him introduce himself. So if you can introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, and Happy New Year to all of you subscribers. And I thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Yes, and I'm Gatsby Kabakele. Gatsby my first name, and Kabakele is my last name.
Yeah.
So I like it when people call me Le Magnifique.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, so you can notice, maybe some of you know him.
Yes.
That's why in this video, it's all about English. It can happen that I speak French, but him is not allowed to speak French.
Oh, I'm not.
You're not allowed.
Definitely, I'm not allowed to speak French.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a full English video. That's what we're gonna make.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I have a notebook, and in this notebook we got questions. Okay, I got questions for you, and it's all about the English language.
Oh damn.
I'm all about English
You're
language.
freaking me out.
No,
I don't even know what are the questions there. Like, I have no ideas what are the questions there.
Well, guys, this video is gonna be actually into four parts. Okay, so the first part we're gonna talk about Gatsby. Where is he exactly? What is he doing in his life? It's gonna tell us everything about himself. The second thing is gonna be about the English language, because it's all about English.
Exactly.
So you're gonna tell us your English journey, how it has been, how you've been learning English. I don't know where exactly, but I'm gonna be asking some little questions to you. And apart from this, we're gonna go with the third point, which is about tips and tricks. Okay.
Yeah.
In order to learn English, because my followers are watching because they want to learn English, and you're gonna give them, you are as an English teacher, you're gonna also give them some tips and tricks.
You just introduced me. I didn't say that.
Not really. Actually,
say
you're gonna
that.
do it because,
Yeah,
as I
okay.
said, some of the people know you, so that's it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give them some tips and tricks in order to improve their way of speaking English, or all about English.
Yes.
And the last thing is gonna be your advice to the people who are watching us, especially those who are learning English, those who recently started learning English, or those who have been learning English for a decade, I can say.
Yes.
Yeah, those the words are gonna be today's video. I hope you are ready, and as always, remember to click on the subscribe button. And I'm gonna put Gatsby TikTok account there. You're gonna go and check his TikTok account because he's making videos on TikTok. As I said, you're going to know what he is exactly. So without any further ado, we're gonna jump right in. The first question is, can you please tell us about yourself?
Sure. I'm Gatsby, as I said earlier. I'm Gatsby Kabakele. Le Magnifique is my nickname.
Okay.
And I'm the firstborn of my family.
Okay.
So I got 3 siblings.
Yeah.
I have 1 sister and 2 brothers.
Okay.
So yeah. And I'm a teacher at Cali. Cali is Congo American Language Institute. So this is what Cali stands for.
Okay.
Congo American Language Institute is actually an English institute where we teach adults English, and also we have a lot of programs, you know, in Cali. And yeah, I'm also an actor. I do theater. I do movies.
That's wonderful.
So you can see me in different channels on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, yes, and I'm a master of ceremony. So yes, when they invite me to parties, I do that. I'm also an interpreter.
Okay.
I even interpreted Megan Good, the American actress, when she came here. I was the interpreter.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah, during the panel.
The panel, yeah.
Yes, and so I'm also a lawyer by training.
Yes.
When I say this, it means I did law.
Yeah.
I have a bachelor in law, but I'm not a lawyer.
Okay.
I did not take the oath.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so but I'm a lawyer by training. It means what we call in French juriste de formation.
Yes.
So that's what that's French part.
Okay, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, you should end up saying that.
That's exactly the thing. Yeah. So I'm all those things.
Thank you very much. That's very wonderful. So, but people, they don't understand. I personally don't understand. So you started being a lawyer.
Yes.
And then you end up being an English teacher. Can you please try to explain
I remember when I finished when I got my bachelor, the year I got my bachelor, one of my friends, one of my colleagues today, he wrote to me, he said, Gatsby, can you teach? I was reluctant, you know, I didn't really want to go to teach. I was like, you know, because I just graduated from university.
All right.
And he was like, can you please teach and stuff? I was like, okay, let me just send my CV.
All right.
And I sent my resume. When I sent my resume, they called me and I went through training.
Yes.
which means I didn't even take the time to go to do all the stuff to become a lawyer.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I already had a job. I already got a job. And then I started working, and
right.
that was so amazing for me.
Okay.
So ever since I started working as a teacher,
Yes.
I'm not regretting it. So
I'm not
I don't-
regretting.
at all.
It hasn't missed you dealing with law stuff.
Well, maybe it's my fallback career.
Yeah.
It's my fallback career.
That's about
maybe,
you.
Maybe with time,
Yeah.
when I will have a lot of things that I need to have first,
Yes.
and I also gain or acquire some good knowledge.
Knowledge, yeah.
Then I can. It's my fallback career. Maybe it's my fallback career.
Yes.
We never know.
Yeah, one never knows. Thank you very much. That's the and you Congolese, because maybe some of you.
Of course,
Yeah.
listen, guys. I was born in Kinshasa. I grew up in Kinshasa. Trust me.
All right.
There are so many things you have to know about me.
All right.
You will get to know it, throughout the video.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So that's the first part of the video. We spoke about his life. Now we're gonna dive to the second part of the video, which is the English language. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are an English teacher, and there are people who are watching us, and they want to know how was the journey, okay, about English.
The journey of
yes,
English.
If you try to tell us the whole story, I mean the short story about your English journey. How have you learned English? Where did you first learn English?
I'm gonna make it short, but trust me,
better.
It cannot be short because it's very, very long. My story.
Okay.
How I learned English. Actually, let's say I grew up with English.
How so?
So, my dad spoke English. My dad was colored. We call them colored or métis.
Okay.
So he was born in Belgium, in Liège, and then they came back here, and then he met my mom, and then they started dating and stuff. And I came.
Yes.
They got married, and I came. And when I came to the world, my dad spoke English. So
right.
I remember I was still young. I was still really young in my childhood. I was still a child, and then my father
yes
had a tenant. We had a house,
yeah.
A compound, and he had a tenant who spoke English. It was Nigerian.
Okay.
And they were speaking English every time the tenant was coming to pay for the rent.
Rent, yeah.
They were speaking English.
Okay.
They were just speaking English. I was like, oh, I'm so amazed by this.
That's
and
wonderful.
I started learning there. From there, I started speaking with my father in English. I started learning there. So I took all my time. Like, English is actually my language because I've learned it my whole life.
Your whole life.
Like, I've been learning myself because my dad was not always there.
Right.
He was always traveling.
Traveling, that's right.
And then we started talking. I mean, I started learning. Like, I started really learning.
Yes.
And I started speaking English. I started speaking English, even though back in the days it was not easy, because back in the days we didn't have internet as we have right now.
That's right.
We did not have phones with Google and everything.
That's right.
So I had to watch movies. The old machines where you have to put the cassette inside.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, the thing.
I see.
So I have to. I mean, all those things. That is what I had in the time.
Okay.
And the dictionaries. I remember I took one dictionary.
Hard copies.
Yeah, hard copy. Because we couldn't have a soft copy at the time.
Right.
Because I mean, for you to get, for example, the lyrics of a song, I had to go to the internet cafe.
Oh my God!
You see, to download.
Yes.
And I remember the song that I downloaded first was "I'm Your Angel" by Celine Dion and R. Kelly.
Okay. Okay.
No mountain too high for you to climb.
I see.
All you have to do.
Okay.
Is have some climbing faith. You see, so that's exactly the thing. And the second song that I went to print out was no matter what I do, Dilemma. All I think about is you.
Okay.
Yeah, even when if my boo. Yeah, so and that was me. I was when you see me in the internet cafe, it's just because I want to print songs. I wanted that so much. At the time, we had the Nokia 2310.
Yes.
The old one with the green screen.
I see.
Oh, really? So that's the time I learned English, and I grew up with that.
Wow, what an outstanding story.
Yeah.
Actually,
so I have to mention that I never went to a center.
Oh,
I never attended any centers at that time. Never. I was so focused on learning myself.
Wow, that's a very good story about your English learning. But what might be difficulties that you have encountered while learning English? So, because right now you are an English teacher,
yes,
and you are supposed to spread good English.
Exactly.
You need to teach good English.
Exactly.
So what was the time you realized that you were speaking English, but it was not really maybe sufficient? And
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, all the time, because actually the thing that made me who I am today is because I practiced
Okay.
a lot. Because a lot of time I was like, maybe I don't always speak well. And at that time, let me just tell you this story.
All
I
right.
mean, at that time, I had a friend of mine who was attending
Okay.
Cali.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and then I was at home. I was like, "Ah, I want to go." And then when we used to meet, and when we
Yes.
met, it was like, "Oh, Cali, when you go to Cali, it's like
Yeah.
this, like." And then I wanted to become a student at Cali. I so wanted. And at
Okay.
the time, Cali was on Mojiba,
All
it's
right.
right here.
Still in
And
Kinshasa.
yeah, here in Kinshasa, it
Okay.
was somewhere very
Yeah.
far from where we are now.
All right. All right.
And I really wanted to be there. I wanted to go there, but at the time, my father was a cop. He was a police officer.
Yes.
So at that time, no much money to
Yes.
pay for Cali.
Yes.
So yeah, because he was going down. I mean, he was there. I mean, going like, ooh.
Yeah,
So there were a lot of charges at home. That he had to take care of.
Yeah, that's right.
So I wanted to go to Cali, but unfortunately I couldn't because
Yeah.
of the money.
That's right.
I have my friend who actually attended Cali at the time, and I remember when we met, I was trying to speak English with them, and they did not want to speak English with me because we're like,
Oh.
your English is so low, it's so poor. But I
Okay.
wanted so bad to speak English with them.
Okay.
And then every time I was meeting someone, every time
Right.
I had to meet someone who spoke English, I just took advantage of the situation. I started speaking English with the person.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah, yeah.
And then at the end of the day, today I'm a teacher.
You are a teacher. Where you
And
wanted to be
now,
a student.
Now I'm a teacher where I wanted to be a student.
Yeah.
And the funny part of it is that today, my friends, when they come to speak to me in English,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have to speak with them in English because I feel like their English is poor. No
Yeah.
offense.
No offense, yeah, I shouldn't.
So, and one of them told me, he's like, your English is just high. How
Yeah.
did you do it?
Yes.
But he used to attend Cali at that
That
time.
person.
Yeah, one of my friends. He used to attend Cali.
Okay.
You see, and one day we met. He was like, "Oh, your English is so high,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
please slow."
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, boy, you. I mean, you attended one of the best centers in Kinshasa,
That's it.
so you should have known it. I mean, you should
Normally.
still know English.
Normally.
So yeah,
Thank you very much. That was a very good story. I personally liked it. Now we're gonna go to the next question, or the very last question, which is what might be advantages and disadvantages to learn English?
oh, there are no disadvantages to learn English. I mean, English, as you know today, in politics, in economics, social, everywhere, it's English. By the time you get to the airport, your French stays here in Kinshasa or in Congo.
Yeah.
On the plane, it's English. So English is very important. English has only advantages,
Wow.
not disadvantages.
Thank you.
Because everywhere you go, you will have to speak English.
Totally right.
Yeah.
So that's very right.
Thank you.
That was the very last question in the second point of English.
Yes.
Now we're gonna go to the third point, which is tip and tricks.
Yes.
People watching us, they want to learn English. Okay, they are very excited. Now they are a little bit confused. They don't know whether they need to go to a professional training school, I mean physical class, or they can just take online class. What do you think? Which one is better, online or physical?
Both learning methods are better. Both learning techniques are better because some people prefer it when it's online. Some people prefer it when it's physical, like traditional. You see, so yeah, both are good because it depends on people. There are some people, maybe they say we don't have time. It depends on their timetable and schedule. They can't go to school on a daily basis. They just have to go maybe twice a week, or twice a day or twice a month. It depends. It depends on people. So I also think that for some people they prefer to go on a daily basis, physically, traditionally, because they feel like it's better for them.
It's better.
You see, so it depends.
Some people don't have time.
Yes, some people don't have time. For example, at Cali, we do have two programs.
All right.
Cali Classic English and Para English. Cali Classic, you come every day, and Para English is online. And Para English is less expensive than Cali Classic.
Oh.
So, some people say, I don't have that much money.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And some people are like, no, I learn better when I'm with people.
Yes.
So, yeah, it depends.
Thank you very much. The next question is, what do you think? Now we are in the 21st century, where almost everybody uses a phone.
Yes.
So if you can recommend, what are the YouTube channels people need to watch?
For example,
Yes.
Invid with Rebecca on
Oh
YouTube.
yeah, yeah, on
She's
YouTube.
an
Yeah,
amazing teacher because until today I learn. I keep learning.
still.
I keep learning. As a teacher, I
Yeah.
learn. As a teacher, apart from being, apart from having the bachelor in law and everything,
Yeah.
I also have two diplomas, 2 degrees from Arizona State University
Yes.
and Iowa
Iowa, yeah,
State
yeah, in the United
University.
States. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been there through Cali. I mean, the U.S. Embassy through Cali registers some teachers.
All right.
So I was part of the 2 programs, you see,
Wow.
in summer and winter. I mean, their summer and their winter, but I
Yeah.
was here. It was online.
Yes.
So I keep learning.
Keep
even
learning,
even
yeah.
even as a teacher, you have to still learn.
Yes.
You have to still learn. You have to still practice. It's really important because you never know what kind of questions you will receive from
Yeah,
students.
that's very right.
Yeah.
Very right. Now we're gonna finish with the very last point, which is advice. Okay, I'm gonna ask you to give a piece of advice to people. You know, there are so many people are learning English now. I'm gonna separate it into 3 parts. The first part is the people who are new in the English journey. The second is the former students, and the last one is the people who are currently learning English. The former students say, come on, I learned English and it's enough for me. I don't need to learn English. You know, they kind of boasting a little bit. And the people who are currently learning English, they are afraid to make mistakes. They think English is very difficult for them. And the new students, they think that the process is very long. What do you say to those people?
Well, I tell them this, but all of them, I would just say one thing: practice makes perfect. Best practice makes perfect. You need to practice. Don't you ever feel ashamed? Don't you ever feel shy to speak? You have to speak. For former students, you know, the things is a thing. I have an uncle of mine who spoke English at the time, before even me, I started speaking English.
Yes.
But today he doesn't speak even a single word.
My goodness.
Just because he didn't practice. You know, he wasn't practicing.
Lack of practice.
You know, yeah, that's a thing. I also have my friend, what I told you about, who used to attend Cali, which is the best center. But today it's quite difficult for him to speak the way he used to.
That's
because he doesn't speak. You know, when you know, you feel like I know something. I don't have to practice. It's when you're losing it.
That's right.
So you don't have to lose it. You have to learn to practice. Keep practicing more and more and more. Keep going. Keep giving yourself. It's really important.
I also heard about the English club. What is the English club, and what might be the benefits of the English club?
Yes, the English club, for example, as I told you, let me finish with this and I'll come back to this. For example, for the new learners, I'll tell them to keep doing it. You know, when I started learning to drive, I started driving. Like I wanted to drive so bad. So I mean, when you're learning a language, start speaking it. Like speak. This is the reason why you have to fall in love with the language first.
Yes.
So you know, and for the people who feel shy, oh no, I'm shy, I don't want to make mistakes. Mistakes are actually the steps that take you forward. You know? So I have to make mistake, learn to make mistake, accept to make mistake. It's really important to make mistakes. You see, mistakes are normal. You see, so this is the reason why at Cali we have, after all the courses, after all the curriculum, we provide a student with an advanced conversation class,
all right,
to come and learn. And we have the English club. We have the choir where they can learn English by singing. You know, so it's really important. I mean, we're trying to create an environment where they can speak English, even though we are in a French-speaking country.
Wow, that's very wonderful. So guys, you've heard it, and he said everything. So you've answered to all the questions. Now it's time for you to practice. Okay, keep practicing. He said, best practice
makes perfect.
So you guys need to know, it's up to you now. It's not about us, it's all about you. So thank you very much for accepting the invitation.
No, you are welcome.
Maybe the last question is how do you know that you speak American or British English?
Well, that's need another video.
That's gonna be another video.
Definitely need another video, guys, because well, I'll explain maybe in another video if you allow me to have another video.
I can't wait.
So another video will explain everything.
So guys, you have noticed it's all about this. It's all about English, and as you just said, we're gonna put your TikTok. It doesn't have any YouTube.
I don't have any YouTube channels yet.
But we're gonna put the TikTok,
Instagram,
and Facebook account here. Go give motivation to our teacher. And apart from this, as always, you know, this is Push Talk English. subscribe to the channel. As we just promised, you're gonna have to receive another video. This is 2025, and you're gonna be receiving a lot of gifts. So thank you very much for watching to the very end of this video.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for
thank you very much, Pape.
Thank you very much. Bye bye, guys.
Bye, guys.